looks a little bit scary here. But stop and think about it for a minute. We've got negative 21 minus 1 over negative 21. Is there any way that's going to be 20?
No.
No way. No way. It's going to be close to 1. I don't know what the answer is, but it's like anything divided by itself is 1. That's like negative 22 divided by negative 21. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be close to 1. There's no way it's going to be 20. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we can just kind of logically, again, using those estimation skills, so handy, get rid of answer choice that. Okay. Let's do the same thing. Let's plug in negative 19. If you want to just erase and plug in negative 19 instead of negative 21, that's fine.
Okay.
Great. Negative 19. Let's do the same thing here. Is that going to be 20?
20 on top, negative 20 on top, but no.
Yeah, negative 19 on the bottom. Again, that's going to be close to 1. I don't know what it is, but it's not going to be. There's no way it's going to be 20. Like, maybe 400 divided by 20 is 20, but like not negative, 20 divided by negative. No, that's not. The number on the top is not big enough if we're divided by negative 20. So B's gone. So it's either C or D. Eek. Okay, well, let's plug them in and see if we can figure this out logically. Go ahead and plug them in.
Okay.
Let's stop for a minute because I don't want to have to get all fancy with fractions here. I don't want to have to. Okay? I may show you later. But could that be 20? Let me ask you another question. Is that going to be positive or negative?
I'm not sure how to
on the left-hand side. Well, is this going to be, let's talk about the numerator. Is that going to be positive or negative up there?
Positive?
It's going to be, no. If you got a negative. Yeah.
Negative, yeah.
Right, you got something negative, then you make it even more negative by subtracting from it. It's going to be negative. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, and then, of course, in the denominator, that's already negative. So you've got a negative divided by negative. Is that negative or is that positive?
It's still negative, right?
If you got negative 1 divided by negative 1, what's anything divided by itself?
1.
1. Positive.
So it'd be positive.
It's positive. Yep. Yeah. A negative divided by negative, just like a negative times a negative, is positive. Okay. So I don't know what that thing, the value of that left-hand side of that equation is. I don't know. But I know it's positive, and it might be 20. Let's leave it for now. I want to test answer choice D. Okay. So plug in answer choice D.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Let's look at the numerator. Is that going to be positive or negative?
It's going to be positive.
So we've got 1 over 21 minus 1.
Wait, no, that would be negative.
Yeah, this is a really small number. I mean, it's a tiny little fraction. Tiny. And not like negative 1 has a lot of value to, I mean, it's just, but it's got a bigger absolute value than 1 over 21. Does that make sense why the numerator is going to be negative?
Yes.
Okay, you're not just saying that, it actually makes sense?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, okay, so we know that's going to be negative in the numerator. Be negative. What about, and the denominator is positive. Down here. We've got a negative divided by a positive. Is that going to be positive or negative?
It's going to be a negative.
It's going to be negative. So it can't be 20. Does that make sense?
If this isn't 20, then what answer is then?
Well, C could be 20. And I think it is. If we plug in C for X. Right? Didn't we determine that when we plugged in answer choice C, we had a negative in the numerator and a negative in the denominator?
Yes.
So it could be 20. But with answer choice D, we get a negative in the numerator, but a positive in the denominator. So it can't be 20 because it's going to be negative. It might be negative 20. I don't know. But it's not going to be 20 because it's going to be a negative answer for D.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess.
So
it's kind of confusing, but
yeah, like we haven't confirmed C yet. We just eliminated all the incorrect ones. I'm gonna confirm C. I'm going to show you the math with the fractions here just a moment. What are you confused about right now?
just the fractions.
Yeah.
That just kind of confusing looking.
Yeah, don't be too intimidated by them. I mean, like right now, all I gotta do just look at 1/21 and be like, that's really small value. Right? I mean, that's like not much. Like, make it concrete. 1 out of 21 kids in a class.
Okay.
Or like, one red marble out of 21 marbles. It's a really small number. Just a really small part. And at least one is a whole number. One's all like the whole class. Right? Or the whole set of marbles. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's talk about the fractions. We'll go over the math real quick. I'm going to plug in, and I'll take care of this. I'm going to plug in that negative 1/19 because I don't have the answer key in front of me. I'll be honest, and I'm pretty comfortable now that we eliminated A, B, and D that C is the right, but I'm going to try to confirm it here. So I'm going to plug in negative 1/19 minus 1 divided by negative 1/19, and we'll see if that equals 20. Okay, does that make sense? I mean, I'm just plugging it in just like you did. Okay. Does that make sense now, by the way, why we know that's going to be positive on the left-hand side? Does that make sense or no?
I guess because, like, you see, like, 1 over negative 1/19. Because you have 2 of those, it become a positive, right?
The values don't matter. Like it doesn't matter. What matters in this one is that the top, the numerator, is negative, and the bottom is negative. So I know it's going to be positive.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay. Yeah, that's all that matters. Let me show you why I think it's going to be 20. So I'm going to rewrite this negative 1/19 minus, I'm going to rewrite 1 as 19/19. Okay, because what's anything divided by itself?
And 1.
1, right? Absolutely. So, and that's divided by negative 1/19. Then, let me simplify this. So when we're adding or subtracting fractions, remember we just, as long as we got a common denominator, which we have here, we got 19 in both denominators. All you do is just add the numerators together. And what's negative 1 minus 19?
Negative 1 minus 19?
Yeah.
Negative 1 minus 19 equals negative 18.
That would be negative 19 plus 1.
No, that would. I don't know. No, I do know, but.
So that would be. I think in terms of a number line.
Negative 1 minus 19.
Yeah. So you ever worked with a number line before? Like we've got 0 and then negative 1, negative 2. Go ahead.
18.
No, so we're taking negative 19 and we're making it even more negative because we're adding a negative 1. It's going to be even more negative. So it's actually
like 19.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So negative 1 minus 19
equals 20.
Is negative 20. It's a negative 20. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay. That's negative 20 in the numerator and then still 19 in the denominator. And then we're dividing that by negative 1/19. Does that make sense so far? I've just combined those fractions right here. That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. If you don't fully understand how to add and subtract and multiply and divide by fractions, don't freak out about it. It's helpful, but it's not real essential. Again, we could, just knowing how negatives work, we could kind of figure out what the right answer choice was. But if it's helpful, then to learn the operation in practice, then I recommend it. Okay. So now I've got a fraction being divided by another fraction. I got this fraction here in the numerator being divided by this fraction here in the denominator. Okay. Do you know how to divide by fractions?
I think so.
What's the operation?
I need to refresh.
Yeah. You've done it before at some point.
Yeah.
Here's what you do is you multiply by the reciprocal.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
Right? So we're dividing by negative 1 over 19, so we multiply by the reciprocal of negative 1 over 19. The reciprocal means you flip the numerator and the denominator. So the reciprocal of negative 1 over 19 is, we'll multiply by negative 19 over 1. That's the reciprocal of 1 over 19. Negative 1 over 19. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right, so we're super close. Look, we've got a 19 in the numerator and a 19 in the denominator, and we're multiplying these two values. What can I do?
X them out.
I can cancel them out. Absolutely, man. X them out. They're gone. Cancel that, right? Because 19 divided by 19 is just 1, so it essentially disappears.
All right, so then you have 1 over 1, right?
And then I've got, well, this is negative, this is 1 over 1, but negative 1 over 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is negative 20 over 1. And 1 over 1 is just 1. So I've got negative 20 times negative 1. And what's that?
20.
20. Bingo.
Okay.
And that way we can confirm it was answer choice C. That is complicated.